The thing that I liked most about Michael Jordan as a player was the fact that I didn't have to try to guard him. If you had a poor defensive scheme, he was going to fill the hoop up until you either figured it out or the game was over and you lost the game. Some of his acrobatic drives to the hoop are just remarkable. You know, he can get past the defense and use a little bit of English off of the glass. The ball drops in so nice. It takes some really advanced skills to do that consistently. The 1988 All-Star Game was a showcase for Michael. Michael had figured out all the things he needed to know to be a dominant player. Everything. One-on-one, couldn't guard him. What Michael Jordan showed the whole sports world was the fact that you put the right people with him, he's going to lead them to world championships, without question. He was a prime example of excellence and a leader that would lead you all the way to the top, all the way to the top. That was basketball at its finest.
Greetings, everyone, from Chicago, the host of the 1988 All-Star Game. Alongside the terrific Clark Kellogg and our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines, I'm Kevin Harlan. And Clark, this terrific city has produced some greats, and 4 of them playing tonight.
You're exactly right, Kevin. The Windy City, Chicago, has produced Mo Cheeks, Isaiah Thomas, Doc Rivers, and Mark Aguirre, all All-Stars, and I'm sure they've got plenty of family and friends in attendance to enjoy their performance on the court.
Yep, so much to celebrate. And Clark, is there a common thread when you think about a Chicago-type player?
Well, I certainly do believe there's a common thread. When playing outside or outdoors in the Windy City, the perimeter shot can easily get blown off course. So you got to be able to get that thing to the rack and in a straight line fashion. And that's something all Chicago players share in common.
A lot of high flyers, you're right. And your West All-Stars, Fat Lever and Magic Johnson, the guards, Alex English and Karl Malone at the forward spots, and in the middle, Hakeem Olajuwon. For the East, it's Moses Malone inside and Dominique Wilkins with Larry Bird, the forwards. And in the backcourt, Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan.
And you look at Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, rivals since college. Early on, no love lost between them, but over time, they've become friends.
So the East All-Stars will get the first possession. Going inside, tremendous pass from Bird. He can do it all. And tonight's All-Star MVP will have a $5,000 check presented in their name, Clark, to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund.
A great cause in honor of a terrific American.
And so Bird will bring it up for the East All-Stars. Here's Wilkins. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Clark, you see Larry and Magic together in those Converse ads. They've become really the faces of the NBA.
And Kevin, I think they've inherited the mantle from the great Dr. J. He's done such a great job representing the league all these years, and certainly he's left it in good hands with those two.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Johnson. And Michael Jordan winning the dunk contest yesterday, Clark. Can he add to his trophy case tonight?
Kevin, I think his teammates want to see him win the MVP. I think they're going to give him as many touches as he needs to have a chance to do it.
Ooh, that'll be fun to watch. And both free throws good for Johnson.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Now Thomas. Bird with it. He's picked up by Lever. Shot's good from Bird. Larkin, amidst this all-star celebration, labor negotiations between the players and the NBA continue.
Trying to find their way through this current impasse, Kevin, and looking to avoid any interruptions to this game that we all have a love affair with.
Yeah, I know you and I hope they can find some common ground.
Please make it happen soon.
Johnson, the West again, cannot hit. And the Eastern All-Stars favored to win tonight.
Star power and firepower. Veteran IQ and smarts, but you never know. The West has quite a bit of talent, too.
Indeed they do. And an exhibition game with plenty of motivation for these stars nonetheless. For more, let's say hello to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, I was talking to Larry Bird about his goals for the matchup, and he said, I think our job is to get the ball to Michael Jordan, get him into the game, and get the crowd into the game. So if Bird has anything to do with it, Michael Jordan will be the MVP. And that would be poetic justice this weekend. Guys, back to you.
Especially where we are. Well said, David. Thank you. Jordan Clark, obviously, in front of his hometown crowd. He loves it, and they really love it.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You think about the fans in Chicago. They love basketball. And I can expect, and you can too, a ton of energy, some extra adrenaline anytime Michael touches the ball.
Clark, this city is on fire with Jordan, aren't they? I mean, they love him, and they think about what's to come. My goodness.
Smoking.
Yeah, always good to get another look at a terrific defensive play.
A defensive play like that early in the game can go a long way. Establishes an attitude that you want to have during the game.
West All-Stars still look like they're getting going. Trailing by 5. There's got to be some excitement, maybe even, Clark, some butterflies playing in the All-Star game. You want to prove you belong out there.
I agree with that, and there can also be the temptation to try to do a little too much, maybe get flashy, but with these players still getting a feel for each other in the flow, a lot to be said for making the simple play.
Nevertheless, a great honor. Here's English. Following the basket by Michael Jordan. Back to English. Pass to Lever. Shot clock at 5. Malone at the elbow. Here's English. Malone trying to break free. Good D by Wilkins. The East leading by 7. A nice shot by Jordan. Jordan's got 6. And if there was a snub, Clark, for this year's All-Star game, many felt it was the sharpshooter Dale Ellis of the Sonics.
Well, you take a look at what he's done. He's the only top 10 scorer in the NBA who was not an All-Star.
The Tennessee Volunteers should be here. So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars.
Shooting too many blanks in this one to stay close.
And for the East, Rivers comes in for Thomas. Then for the West All-Stars, Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Olajuwon. Worthy comes in for English. And it's Drexler in for Lever. Now, here's Drexler. Left side, Abdul-Jabbar. Worthy finds Drexler. Over Rivers. The West again cannot hit. And Kareem looking to set the career record for all-star scoring. Isn't that something?
It really is. Needs just 10 points to do it, Kevin, and you got to love his chances. I mean, that's a layup for him, pun intended.
Yeah, a good one. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the most all-star appearances by far in NBA history, Clark, and all-star in every season of his career except one. And in that year, he was injured.
Yeah, and at 40 years of age, matter of fact, the youngest player tonight was only 4 years old when Kareem made his first All-Star appearance. That player, Brad Daugherty.
No kidding.
That's right.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And the 6'9" forward, Karl Malone out of Louisiana Tech. playing for the Utah Jazz. Tonight, he's wearing number 7 to honor the great Pete Maravich, who himself was a 3-time All-Star with the New Orleans Jazz.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. McDaniels checked in. Drexler against Jordan. 1:12 left to play in the first quarter. Inside. Patrick Ewing is a load inside the paint.
And with Patrick Ewing leading the way, the New York Knicks finally competitive again. The big man has quickly found a rapport with rookie point guard Mark Jackson. They are a team on the rise. Book that.
Hey, Clark, the record for points in the All-Star game is 42, set by Wilt Chamberlain back in the 1962 All-Star game.
And you know, a lot of Wilt's records seem virtually untouchable, but I don't think that one is. With all these great scores, who knows? It might be broken tonight.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Michael Jordan using that strength of his to get into the defense to draw the foul on the way up.
The East All-Stars shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
We all know about Michael's offensive prowess, okay? But he's incredible defensively as well. He works hard at that end, and that's rare for a star.
Doherty, he's checked in for the East. And so Jordan nails both of them. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the West All-Stars. It's a 13-point game. No good from Abdul-Jabbar. The East All-Stars on offense. They're on a 19-6 run. Jordan passes to Rivers. Doherty outside. Bird outside. 1 second left. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the East All-Stars. 13 points up at the end of the period. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We've got more in store for you right after this. And so here are the West All-Stars, trailing by 13.
And the head coach of the East, Mike Fratello, his first time coaching in the All-Star game.
They've got Michael Jordan. Bird out there with Ewing. And it's Rivers. And it's Doherty in at the center position. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. How about that? Mike's a terrific friend of yours and mine, and Fratello's Hawks recently moved into first place in the East after the Cavs beat the Celtics. Clark enabling him to become the coach of the East All-Stars.
So don't be surprised if the Cavs' Brad Doherty gets extended minutes in his first All-Star appearance. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
And the first one at the line is good. And here early, Clark, the East has the edge.
You look at that team on the East squad, an embarrassment of riches, Kevin, and, you know, they've got so many weapons. I think it simply comes down to execution for them.
And Johnson drops them both.
Well, pretty much the perfect point guard, if there is such a thing. Magic has incredible passing skills, great size, unbelievable vision, plus leadership qualities that make him CEO-like.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge with a report on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Thank you, Kevin. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the oldest All-Star in history. This is his 17th game. No one else has been in more than 13. To put that into context, there were 6 players in yesterday's Legends game that were younger than Kareem. Magic Johnson says he respects Kareem more than anyone I know because of the pride this man has in whatever he does. Kevin, back to you.
He is a very proud individual. David, thank you. And Kareem's coming out here, Clark, after spending 2 days in bed with strep throat. I mean, it's remarkable.
And, Kevin, that's exactly the pride Magic was talking about, and that's why it seems like every game we do, Kareem is adding to some type of record that he's already established. Tonight, he could very well become the leading scorer in the history of the All-Star game.
Isn't that phenomenal? They call him captain for a reason. He is truly the leader of this entire NBA.
Yes, sir. And Coach Mike Fratello, a colleague of ours, coaching in the All-Star game, standing tall amongst a bunch of tall guys in the NBA. You know, his dad was an amateur boxer, and, you know, I think that background gives Mike a lot of confidence as a coach.
Wide open look. Here's Olajuwon. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. The East leading by 11. Now the pass to Rivers to the inside. And there's Patrick Ewing on the assist by Rivers. And Clark, not easy for these coaches to put their stamp on the game. Only a 1 hour practice yesterday to get acquainted and move through some sets.
And you know, Kevin, it's not about necessarily practice time. A few offensive sets is all that's needed. I think it's how you manage the players and give them a platform to have fun and do what they do.
That's a good point.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
McGuire, the West again, cannot hit. Passes it to Rivers. It's rebounded by the West.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Here's Aguirre, and Ewing with the block.
Good read that time from Ewing defensively, showing that he can be impactful at that end of the floor, too.
Good, and the assist goes to Jordan. Ewing's got his third basket of the night.
The #1 overall pick in 1985, and it was an all-star rookie season for Patrick Ewing. Hurt last year, but nice to see him back where he belongs, right in the All-Star game.
Timeout called here by the East. They're going to talk it over.
You know, I can imagine that coach is giving them an earful about what's happening in the paint. They've got to clean that up.
For the East, Malone's checked in for Doherty. Wilkins comes in for Bird. And Isaiah Thomas is subbed in for Doc Rivers. The West also making some changes. Donaldson, he's checked in for Olajuwon. And it's English in for Aguirre. Here's Johnson. Malone trying to break free. Johnson can't get it to go. The East leading by 15. Wilkins passes to Jordan. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. And Michael Jordan, not only last season's leading scorer by a mile, but Clark Kellogg this season, he is in the running for the Defensive Player of the Year.
He is the true definition of a two-way player. Gets it done at a high level at both ends.
Drexler, he's checked in for Magic Johnson.
One shot.
Free throw good, Jordan. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Malone kicks to English. Pass to Lever. Looking to end the run. Kicks it out to Drexler. 4 on the shot clock. The West again cannot hit.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
He had a nice open look right there. Jordan's got 17. And starting last season, Clark, Michael Jordan's scoring went through the roof.
Averaging over 37 points per game, partner, and he's kept close to that pace this season as well. Remarkable.
Amazing and remarkable, right. Wow. Lever finds Malone. And Ewing sends it back. And here we go. The East with a fast break. And there's Michael Jordan, the assist by Thomas. Jordan's got 11 points in the quarter.
How do you expand the lead? Increase it. It takes good play on both ends.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars.
Coach not pleased with this run at all. I like the timeout right here.
Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for the West. 1:30 left in the first half of basketball. English passes to Drexler. The West again cannot hit.
They desperately need something to fall.
And here's Jordan outside. The shot comes out, and the West will go the other way with it. They could use a bucket, and it's good. 2 points. Drexler's got his first bucket of the night.
And at 26 points per game, Drexler ranks 7th in the league in scoring. His Blazers playing catch up with the Lakers, though. Their improved defense has helped them overcome some early injuries.
A nice shot by Ewing.
Boy, he's so crafty, Isaiah Thomas, and really unselfish. A pass-first point guard who knows exactly when one of his guys is open and how to get it to him.
Now, here's English. He's still scoreless so far in this one. There's 39 seconds left here in the second. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Lever. And Jordan sends it back.
Boy, much respect for the defensive Jordan. I mean, he gives his all on this end of the floor. I mean, fantastic at getting his hands up to block shots.
McHale's checked in for Malone. James Worthy's checked in for the West. .30 seconds left in the first half. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And so it's McHale with it. He'll bring it up for the East All-Stars. They have a 22-point lead. It's the most they've led by. Thomas kicks to Jordan. McHale trying to free himself out. And it's Jordan. That time on the assist by Thomas. Thomas got 5 assists tonight. So it's the West now. Here's Drexler. Clyde, the Clyde Drexler, soaring in for the finish.
And enjoying his finest pro season, Clyde the Glide Drexler making his second All-Star appearance. Worked over the summer with Kiki Vandeweghe to substantially improve his jump shot.
Michael Jordan getting it done for the East All-Stars. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all, and he looks to be planning for more. And we'll be back with you shortly. So it's the West now.
You know, you get into the latter stages of the game, and it's normal to wonder who will take home the MVP trophy. It's certainly one of those accolades that's mentioned when you talk about the great ones.
Getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for Brad Nelson. Malone is out there with English. Then it's Olajuwon. Then it's Lever. And it's Johnson in at the point. Here is Thomas. After the made shot from Karl Malone. Here's Jordan. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Jordan's got 23. And of the players in tonight's All-Star game, Clark, 2 have won MVP trophies in this game before. Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas.
And how about this, Kevin? Thomas has won 2 out of the last 4 years. If he was to get 3 MVPs, that would put him in some rarefied air, tying with Oscar Robertson for second most. Bob Pettit is the only player to do it 4 times.
And the East with the lead.
Living up to that favored and top billing and giving these fans quite a show. You know, people said Alex English was too light a frame, too skinny, not athletic enough. Well, how about this? He's playing in his 7th straight All-Star game. So much for being too skinny.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him. And that sends Michael Jordan to the free throw line. It's going to be on Fat Lever. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
One shot.
Free throw good, Jordan. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in.
You know, there's been talk about adding a third referee to NBA games. The commissioner and the rules committee are in favor of it, and they plan to put it before the board of governors at the next meeting.
Now, here's Lever. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Just 3 to shoot. English. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Clark, with 3 officials working games, do you think that'll result in more fouls being called, more eyes on the ball? They can pick up a lot more, certainly with more guys out there.
Yeah, you know, I think, Kevin, it might be the case early on with the third official, but over time it'll smooth itself out. Off the ball, you know, some things you could get away with in the past, maybe not so much with 3 officials out there.
The free throw drops for English.
You know, when you think of Alex English, I think about all of the buckets he gave me and everybody else during his time of ravaging defenses. He's a volume shooter and a big-time scorer.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And, you know, most of these guys are accustomed to having their team's offense built around them. It's an adjustment for them now to figure out who's going to get the rock most of the time.
Now here's Thomas. Count that one. Jordan's got 28.
Hey, the defense has the right idea there, but Jordan has the skills to overcome the contact.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the West. And the foul called on Michael Jordan. That's his first foul. And you think about it, Justin Clark, how about the all-star reserves? Guys that start normally are the stars of their team, now off the bench on a team of stars.
Kevin, excellent point. For players who are used to starting the game, probably a rare experience coming in off the bench and trying to get it going. But I think these guys so enjoy being part of this, that sacrifice is not much at all.
You're exactly right. Now, here's Johnson. He has 6. Magic Johnson delivers passes with such pinpoint accuracy. Wow!
And Fat Lever, snubbed a year ago, now a first-time All-Star, well-deserved. He leads the league in triple-doubles, one of the original stat sheet stuffers, averaging 9 rebounds a game as well. Best by a mile for NBA guards.
Now, Lever, following the three-point attempt by Michael Jordan. Here's Olajuwon. The grace of Hakeem Olajuwon. Something special to see. And Clark, when you look at Hakeem Olajuwon's Houston Rockets, here is a team making a lot of moves.
I tell you what, their trade for Joe Barry Carroll and Sleepy Floyd paying huge dividends. They're certainly on the rise in my mind.
Yeah, a lot of people like those moves. English misses. The East leading by 19. The drive by Jordan. And not many out there who can elevate like Michael Jordan.
Not surprising at all to see Jordan piling up points, playing with a lot of determination and grit, and insisting on being aggressive looking for his shots.
English passes to Olajuwon. Lever the bounce pass. Here's English, the master of the mid-range, Alex English.
Fat Lever, Lafayette is his given name, a really good passer, good all-around player, somebody who knows how to set the table and find his guys.
Jordan against Lever.
Oh, man! Michael Jordan, MJ. It really doesn't get much better than this.
Outside Lever. Pass to English. 1:51 left in the third. Good D by Ainge. Here's the teardrop. Bird's shot is good.
How about this list? Players who have never missed an All-Star game in their careers. Jerry West, Bob Pettit, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, and Hakeem Olajuwon. Those last 3 playing here tonight.
Here's English. Following the basket by Larry Bird. And that one, good.
Alex English using some deceptive strength right there to get that shot up and down through contact.
Here's Jordan, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Fat Lever.
And that was a foul, no question about it.
This will make 4 trips to the line so far in the game.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Jordan. And the East with some changes. Doherty's checked in for Malone. McHale comes in for Larry Bird. And it's Rivers in for Isaiah Thomas. McDaniels checked in for the West. Drexler comes in for Lever. And both free throws good for Jordan. And so here are the West All-Stars. Here's Johnson. No good on that one. Some solid defense from Doherty. The East leading by 23. Jordan inside. English is there. Doherty with the bucket.
And you know, they said Brad Doherty was too soft when he came into the league. Well, an all-star in year 2 and now regarded as a top 3 center in the league. Well, sometimes they get it wrong in their scouting reports.
Here's Drexler after Brad Doherty's basket. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Ainge. And here we go. The East with a fast break. Good on the shot.
A native Chicagoan, Glenn Doc Rivers, a first-time all-star. He said 5 years ago he sat in the same hotel and cried because he wasn't drafted in the first round. Now, same setting, but the script has been flipped. It all comes full circle for Doc.
Olajuwon. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Boy, Hakeem's size makes him hard to match up against, especially when he's determined to score inside.
The West All-Stars shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Olajuwon.
What Hakeem provides for his team is a rock-solid foundation. They can rely on him on both ends and build schemes around his talents.
And Olajuwon drops them both. There's 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Rivers passes to Jordan. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Jordan's got 15 points in just the second half.
Making people around him better. One of the things Doc is best known for. Doc Rivers, that is.
Michael Jordan getting it done for the East. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. We come back right after this. And here are the East All-Stars now.
You take a look at the landscape of the NBA, and I tell you what, that Central Division, dominant. Whoa! Jordan, so sweet to watch in the air. What a treat.
They've got cheeks. McHale is out there with Doherty. Then there's Dominique Wilkins, and it's Jordan in at the 2. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. Here's Worthy. Kicks it out to Drexler. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. In the corner, it's Jordan. From deep. McDaniel grabs the miss.
Boy, most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
Stolen by Wilkins. On the wing, Jordan. Just over a minute played here in the fourth, and they pick up 2. Jordan's got 40 points. And Jordan Clark within reach of the record.
He's almost there. Keep that pedal to the metal is what I say.
Cheeks against English. And he uses the glass on the layup. English has got 10 points here in the second half.
Looking completely comfortable attacking from the inside. Alex English doing his thing.
Jordan right. Michael Jordan now with 42 points, Clark. He has tied the record for scoring in an all-star game.
A piece of history. Boy, is he special.
McDaniel the pass to English. Here's Donaldson. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Can't connect from short range. Jordan looking it over. To the paint. Here's Doherty. Good, and the assist goes to Jordan. Jordan's got 4 assists now tonight.
And Doherty so fundamentally sound as a pivot man for the Cavaliers. I mean, he's got excellent footwork, tremendous touch. He's a gifted passer. He's what you want in a center.
Down the stretch here, the East, Clark out in front.
Getting it done. It's been such a fun game to watch. Entertaining from both sides.
Woo, it sure has been. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the 7-2 center from the Mavericks, James Donaldson.
You know, I think he's the only lefty in this game. Larry Bird and Danny Ainge right left-handed, but they shoot it with their right hand.
You and I have talked about this before, but defending a lefty is different. And it's a new single-game record in scoring for the All-Star game, set right in front of us by Michael Jordan.
What an incredible athlete, Kevin, and it seems whatever he sets his mind to do, he can do it. Impressive.
McDaniel the pass to Donaldson. 6 to shoot. English, high post, shoots over Cheeks. Can't cash in from the high post. Here's Jordan. And he banks in the layup. Jordan's got 46 points.
Enjoying this big lead, and right now they look unstoppable on offense.
Oh, and they need a basket in the worst way.
I think they're forcing things right now, and it's why their offense looks so pedestrian.
And out of bounds, the East All-Stars will have it. And the East with some changes. Moses Malone, he's checked in for Doherty. And Danny Ainge has subbed in for Dominique Wilkins. The West also making some changes. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Worthy. Aguirre comes in for Clyde Drexler. And Levers subbed in for English. Jordan in the corner. Over McDaniel. A nice shot by Jordan. Jordan's got 12 now in this quarter.
They can't miss on an absolute tear.
The pass to McDaniel. A minute 50 left in the fourth. Pass to Aguirre. Now Lever, defended by Cheeks. Shot clock at 6. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Plays with so much ferocity, erasing that size mismatch clearly.
1:36 left in the fourth quarter. To the inside. Malone trying to break free. And McHale gets it to go. McHale's got his first points of the night.
This is the 4th All-Star game for the Celtics' Kevin McHale. Kids at home who want to learn how to score in the post, just put the isolated camera on Kevin McHale, please. Moves on top of moves in the paint.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Misses off the left iron. And Kareem will need to get it going, Clark, to reach double digits.
I think his teammates have to do a better job of getting him touches. Just keep feeding him. He's more than capable of getting there.
They grab their own miss. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
There's no let up in Malone's attack. He is relentless, which makes defenses nervous.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Known as being a top-tier rebounder, Malone is a commanding presence on both ends and a very valuable part of this team.
The East making a switch. Ewing's checked in, and West also making a switch. Drexler, he's checked in for McDaniel. And both free throws good for Malone. 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lever kicks to Drexler. Back to Lever. Some nice passing here by the West. Donaldson the pass to Drexler. No good with the triple.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
And Jordan gets it to go. Jordan's got 50 points.
Boy, what a ruthless, wicked dribble move that time by Jordan. Threw his defender off and got the space he needed to fire.
Pass to Aguirre. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
And the Mavericks' Mark Aguirre actually got married last night. How about that? A big weekend for the DePaul product.
Cheeks the pass to Jordan. Over Aguirre. Jordan can't get it to go.
Boy, that's a squandered opportunity there. Boy, Ewing does a nice job anticipating shot trajectories, realizing how quick to position himself on that offensive glass.
And the Eastern All-Stars deliver. The favorites coming in. Clark, they did not disappoint.
Yeah, you looked at that team on paper and you saw they were the stronger team and should have been favored, but you still got to go out and prove it, and they did exactly that.
And so much scoring in that lineup for the East. My goodness, look at those names. That's always going to be tough to stop.
And you factor in the raucous crowd cheering on Michael Jordan, Kevin. No wonder they found that extra gear they needed when it was time to get it done.
That's a good point. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. So long.